This is the Leo Climaco podcast.
Tell me what coaching means to you, and really, like, what does it mean to you to watch you build these coaches, knowing that you have instructed them, that you have created the foundation that they're using to go help other people? What does that mean to you?
My core values in life is love and service. Those are my two foundational values that I operate from every moment of my life, or at least I intend to. And with all intentionality, I lean with everything is an act of love for me, or I want to only operate from a place of love, and I want to be in service at all times. So when I get an opportunity to work with anyone, to be able to support them personally, professionally, or in the capacity of training them on how to support somebody else,
Right.
It is, for me, an expression of my value. So it's basically me expressing and living my values. That's really what my relationship with that work is. What I have come to learn about myself is I don't, at this point in my career, in my life, I don't really work for money. Money is great. I love money. There's nothing, I have no
Right.
hate for it. I appreciate it. I enjoy it fully as much as I can in my life. But that's not why I do what I do. What I do is because I have fallen in love with the idea of thank you. We do these events once a year. We bring our certified students. They come to different parts of the world, wherever we are doing it. We get like 1,000 people or so coming in
Nice.
to different European places to come hang out for like 4 days, 3 to 4 days.
Very cool.
And the reason why I love that event, well, yes, I get to be on stage and I get to meet my community, all of that, is because from morning till evening, I get to listen to stories of people who come in and tell me how my work, has impacted them personally, or impacted their clients, or impacted their families. And I get this beautiful moment when somebody comes and says, thank you. And that's it. That's all I want. I don't even, it's okay. I don't need any money from you. I need nothing from you. But that moment when somebody tells you and you know they mean it, like they're not
That you
saying
changed their
it,
lives.
they don't even have to say anything else. They just look into your eyes and say thank you. Or sometimes I'm having dinner with my friends at that time and somebody would just come tap my shoulder and just say thank you. That means everything to me. Sometimes I'm talking on stage and somebody will go, oh, thank you. And that's everything to me. That's what I'm collecting at this point. That's what I am valuing the most right now. So that's what means the world to me right now, is just thank you. You don't even have to tell me why. If it feels too much to say, just thank you, and that's enough. So that's what I'm chasing right now.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
I was gonna ask you. I think the answer is yes, but I want you to go deeper into it. Does the future look bright?
Oh, absolutely. Future is beautiful. What's the context of that question?
Meaning, do you think that human struggle and human chaos, do you think that's going to bring us down to the brink of killing ourselves, or are we going to outgrow that, and are we going to evolve past this bullshit and get to a place where we can all live at harmonious peace?
It's fascinating because actually the world has only gotten better. There's actually more harmony in the world than has ever been. It has more abundance than the world has ever had. We have more food than we ever imagined we could have. We have no famine. We know how to deal with extreme situations like COVID, and we can develop drugs faster than we ever had. We have more technology at our disposal than we have ever had. We have more resources at our disposal that we ever have. We know how to use or create value from renewable resources than we have ever had. There is absolutely nothing that suggests that the world would destroy itself. Absolutely zero evidence from my point of view, if you look at data, that the world is on the path to destroy itself. Now, can we do it? Human beings are capable of everything, including destroying themselves, and that can happen in a blink of an eye. I'm not saying that's not the case. But if I have to look from the current reality, while we may have weapons of mass destruction, we may create chaos whenever we feel like, we may shit on each other and start wars for no reason. Overall, if you look at the capital of human beings, if you look at the progress of the world, it is only on a net positive. There is no net negative.
I couldn't agree more.
Absolutely not negative. There are some things that take a little time, like technology takes time to develop.
Right.
And sometimes it takes a little hot minute for us to catch up to that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the timeline of human beings, we have firstly existed for too little a time to really matter that much, if you really think about it. But even if you thought we did matter that much, we've only done good things in net gain. Of course,
Right.
we've done a lot of shitty things.
Right.
But in the net, we have learned from our mistakes and we moved on and we've done better things next time. We are a very progressive species. And as a species, we have only shown that we get better. So I don't see any reason to believe that the world's going to destroy itself. We are going to meet challenges. And one of the reasons why I like coaching or pursue this career of coaching and I pursue training coaches is because what happens with abundance is there comes a lot of time abundance. And the more time abundance we have, more as human beings we ruminate. And the more we ruminate, we create problems that don't actually exist or shouldn't exist.
Right.
There are more reported cases of depression today.
I was
than
just going to
10
go
years
there.
ago. More mental health problems in
Yep.
this generation than 2 generations, 3 generations combined probably.
Yep.
Right? And it's not because there are new problems or there's some cathartic problems that people didn't have before. They have different kinds of problems, but they had problems and this
Right.
generation has problems and there will always be some problems and that's fine. We just have so much abundance of time, so much abundance of resources that we don't know what to do with ourselves. And so we consume too much media. We let that media sit with us without actually thinking about it.
Right.
That gets us to ruminate more, gets us to feel we are not good enough, gets us to feel we are behind.
Too much
gets us
pleasure.
To blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And while all that is happening, we don't have a system to regulate any of it. We have no system to regulate emotions because we don't teach that.
Right.
We have no system to regulate our minds because we don't teach that.
No.
And we don't actively seek it. So what will happen? More time abundance would mean more and more people thinking they are not good enough. They're not doing well enough. They're not confident. They cannot be successful. They cannot have a good relationship. These are all real world problems. They can't
Yes.
they can't be good parents. Whatever the heck it is that you're telling yourself as a story right now, which is absolutely not true.
Yeah.
But you need a coach.
And you're comparing
to help
yourself
you.
all day
Yeah.
to everybody.
And that is exactly why you need a coach. You need somebody to be by your side to say, hey, listen, let's organize your mind a little bit. Let's regulate your emotions a little bit. Because the more we do that, the more we have a capacity to be able to create from a place of creation instead of reaction.
Right.
We currently operate mostly from a place of reaction, right? Our field of consciousness has got contained so hard because we're taking all these thoughts that we had, and previously we would make a meaning, but we would move past it because
Right.
we didn't have time, we didn't have food. So we were like, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna go work, right? There's no time to feel depressed, and that's one of the reasons why India or countries like India report much less depression rate than say a country like America.
Makes sense.
Right? Is because America has time to be
Yeah.
depressed.
The more in survival mode.
India's like, I got no time to be depressed. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is a rich person problem, right? In
Right.
India, that's literally, there's some people who say this is a rich person problem to be
Yeah.
depressed. I don't have the time to be depressed. I got to put food on the table.
Right.
I got to go work for it. I have to travel 2 hours to go to my job and come back 2 hours to be back with my family. I don't have time to be unhappy and depressed and all of that. I got to go do work, right? Survival mode, right?
Yeah.
So these are problems of organizing your mind. These are not problems that are unsolvable. These are problems that if we have the right tools, we can solve them. We can work with them. And it's a good problem to have in a way. Like think
Right.
about it, how much abundance you need to have. How much abundance that you need to have that in America, and this is to draw contrast to Americans, your problems are obesity. Your problems are depression, mental health issues. Do you realize that how abundant you have to be obese?
Too much food.
Yeah, you have too much
Too much
food.
time.
Too much food, too much time, too much like space to really give you. That is like the situation is
Yes.
amazing. We have we've created, not created, but we've accidentally stumbled into problems
Yes.
that comes with abundance.
What a way to put it.
Yeah, contrastingly, think about a country that doesn't have the food, doesn't have the money, doesn't have the time, because they're not even thinking about these things. They really are not. In India, there's a small segment of society that has this problem. A large segment of society is saying, what are you talking about, bro? I'm working my ass off here to get some
I got
food on
3
the
jobs.
table. Yeah, I got 3 jobs. Like, what are you talking about? I got no time for any of this, right? You go to China, people don't have that problem. Go to Malaysia, they have starting to have these problems. But you go to Singapore, they don't have these problems. There are a lot of countries like in Indonesia, they're not having these problems. They're not obese. They're not getting overweight. They're not reporting depression.
Right.
It's not because they're spiritual people. It's because they don't have time for any of this, right? So it's an amazing. No, it's not an amazing problem to have, but it's an amazing situation to be in, that the quality of your problem is so great that it's, I have too much food, I have too much time, I have too much money.